Hello there, viewers. Now, listen, before we carry on, I'll say this occasionally, but I mean it today. If you've not seen the previous episodes, then watch that first, then come back. Public service announcement over. Ha ha ha! I got you. I got you all. Most of you. The majority of you. I'm a cheeky little devil, aren't I? Which is not an anagram for anything else. Welcome at Thames FC. Of course, this episode is called The Return, and it's the return. Now I can actually have a title which isn't so weird. Of Ben-Hur, who has returned to Thames. If you watched the little secret video, I think over sort of 7,000 of you did, so you know the situation. Essentially, to sum up in a few words, is that I put a sort of a tester bid out to get him, and they said, yes, you can have him for the exact tester bid you've amounted to. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And now here he is with me. He won the Copa Libertadores. He did a lot in his time away, and now he's back and he's mine, and oh boy. So you might think, oh, things must be going well then, Ben. Now he's back. Well, as you can see, two negatives. He's got poor morale, he's unhappy that the squad hasn't been strengthened, and he strongly opposes the manager despite very good support overall from the dressing room. I am the manager, so that does offend me. I wasn't sure if he was fully back, and then as soon as I saw he was cross with me, that's when I knew. And recent form with him in the team since the last episode, which was a 2-0 and a 2-2, hasn't been particularly good. We progressed in the FA Cup, and we're going to play the fifth round of that as our second game today, as well as a match against Tottenham at Selhurst Park. We then lost to West Ham, 4-1 defeat there, absolutely battered by West Ham, in the local derby, so not ideal. 2-0 defeat to Bournemouth, and then a 3-3 against Everton, in which Sommer scored quite late on. Ben-Hur got a goal in the game, but check this out from Sommer. It's a great strike. So it's a free kick, Haludden's on it, and you can see he just chips over the back line, and Sommer, first time, boom, volley into the back of the net, and got us the point. We probably deserved a little more. We were pretty dominant in the game, lots of possession, lots of chances, but yeah, Everton proved to be a tough test. As we go into today then, Tottenham coming up. Let's run you through the team without any weird zooming. Now, luckily for me, that Everton game wasn't ideal for one reason. I didn't actually mention it just there, but you'll notice our goalkeeper was Licky, who is not our goalkeeper, and our other goalkeepers were on the bench. They're both on international duty, so it wasn't ideal. They are back for me today, though, so we can pop them in. Ortiz goes on to the goal, and then Bob is replaced by Tom Gray, and everyone's happy again. I've been playing Sommer, as he scored 2 goals in that last game. I'm going to keep him out there again. Williams in behind Ben-Hur, Van den Bosch on the left-hand side, Jimenez, Haludden, Pierre, Insigne, Antonio, and Ike in goal, and the bench is pretty strong too. I feel like Obranek has suffered from this really, but I don't want to overplay him. I think sometimes I do that with younger players, and it hurts them. Ronaldo Ski, I think, was he started to stumble a little bit, but I think Obranek could be a superb player, so he's had a run of games. He's scored goals in that run of games, but it's not prolific. Bringing Ben-Hur back in, I'm hoping to find a more consistent goal scorer as the advanced forward that he played when he was here last time. Let's see how we do. Then Spurs coming up. We're 7th in the Premier League table. Spurs, they're a funny team in this Premier League. They've been a bit up and down. Right now they sit in 10th position, so a game that we should maybe be targeting to win, but you can already see that gap between the top 5 or so now is getting ever bigger. It's much more top 5 than it is a top 6 with Spurs. They've definitely been out of it for a long time now, and yeah, a win today gets us closer, but again, there's a 5-point gap, and that's probably only going to get bigger. But if we get into Europe this year, whether it's Europa League or whatever it is, that'd be good. Maybe a little bit of cup success. We've done pretty much nothing in the cups for the entirety of this save, so it'd be nice to do that this time. And as we go into this game, can I just say thank you so much for the support on yesterday's video. The comment section was, if I could have written a comment section myself, it would have looked like yesterday. Yeah, I love that you're still enjoying the series. The people on Reddit who supported it, the people in my Discord that love it as well. Everyone that's getting behind the series at the moment, it's fantastic. Thank you so much for watching it every day. Hopefully it's as much as part of your routine as it is mine as we go into it then. They're playing a 4-4-2, which is curious. I think 4-4-2s is a formation we tend to do quite well against. That overlap on the outsides is a bit of a worry, but we should be okay. Okay then, here we go into 2D Classic. We'll speed this up a little bit. I turned it down for the Sommer goal. Alright, we're in the blue, they're in the white, of course. They start with a player that's injured, which I think is mighty brave, as it goes back to their goalkeeper. First chance of the game then, about 4 or so minutes in, as it's launched forward, and actually they win the header down, and they could cause some problems. They've got a front two that we're going to have to be aware of. Although Spurs haven't been dominant in the league this season, they're still pretty deadly, and Connor Coyle, we'll take a look at him, is still pretty good. Yep, that all makes sense. £54 million, 28 caps for England. He's one of their stars. How would you describe? He's like the Danny Welbeck of. I don't know if that's accurate at all. Not a good start for us, and as you've seen a moment ago, our form has been not good. We've been dropping off a little bit, and it makes you wonder, actually, if we'd have played well in those games, where would we be in this league table? Would be up there with likes of Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool? You never know. I think City and United at the moment are running away with it, but we could have been part of that maybe Champions League conversation, which I think actually, as a bedding for next season, is really good. It would have been very easy for us this year to finish around 14th, but it looks like top half finishes on the cards and potentially top 8 finish, which I think would be really good. There's another highlight, and the second highlight of the game. We've seen not too much so far, as I thought they'd given that away, as Insigne cleans up, plays it to Pierre, and Haludden back in the side today, as played it into Jimenez. Pierre's there too, and you can see he dictates from quite a deep area, that tackling ability. I'm trying to use that and play him a little bit more defensively, as Ben-Hur finds Sommer, great through ball. Sommer's in on goal, and Sommer with a great finish. I've not played Sommer out on that side, because we've had Franklin, I've not played Sommer as the inside forward, but you remember last season with Ben-Hur like alongside him, he was very, very good. So it makes sense perhaps that these two have got a connection already. Great pass from Ben-Hur. That really is a fantastic pass. Something I will say I don't think Obranek or maybe even Bob would have done. Ball played in, Spurs back at it, and that could have been a very quick them taking the lead again. Is Lunev really good? Yeah, he is really good. I couldn't figure out why they were playing or starting an injured player. 32 years of age, you can see from some of his stats there. 19 passing stands out. Well, the sooner he goes off, potentially the better then, as he's one of their star men, and because he's got a bit of a knock, you'd suspect he'll probably go. We'll passionately say, we've been the better team here, keep doing what you're doing and we'll be fine. And some of them liked it. Of course, we've got an angry Ben-Hur, and while I should be worried about that, I've lived with an angry Ben-Hur for quite some time. If I was Spurs, I'd be worried, especially in the second half. Ben-Hur hasn't scored yet, and he doesn't like to not have goals per games. All right, will it happen? Connor Cole scored for them. Pierre Sommer scored for us. And it's a case now, of course, the transfer window's ended. Nothing else happened. That won't be that surprising considering Ben-Hur's angry and we didn't have any money left. But also, no one left. That injury to Franklin, if he didn't get injured, I might have pushed to sell Sommer for sort of 20 million if I could have done. But as that didn't happen, Sommer remains and is getting goals. 15 minutes to go, and I'm thinking we should pause it. Maybe a little change. Ben-Hur's having an okay game, so no need to change that around. The question comes with Willems. I can't get this position right here, this attacking midfield position, the playmaker position. I've not really had anyone shining so much this year. It's been a bit problematic. We're in this situation again where we're playing a decent-ish side. Do we sit on this, knowing that we can potentially release Haludden a little bit? We're going to do that, actually, make him a bit more supportive, and then just bring in the defensive role a Priest maybe, or Casper. A Priest is probably slightly better, slightly more rounded, so we're going to do that. I don't think we've seen too much of a Priest, but he fits that defensive midfield role perfectly. All right, not long to go. We are being quite reserved here, and we're doing this in games more often than not now, but I don't think it's the worst thing. As the time ticks away, I've only made the one change. I don't think we need to make any more. As you can see, we're in 7th position as things stand with seconds to go. It looks like a decent draw, and do you know what? I'll take that. I know Tottenham, I said before, haven't been the same sort of shining light that they are currently in real life, but in this save, I think a home point to them isn't too bad at all. You don't want to lose another game. We've been on a bit of a dreadful run. All right, team top. Actually, say everyone thought we'd be beaten today. You've proved them wrong. Great result. Yes, that's sort of positive, isn't it? Go in. Everyone thought you lot would get beat. Because, I mean, we've seen the recent performance. It's dreadful. But not today. Well done, everyone. A 1-1. Very impressive. Why do you all look so angry? Lazaro update for the Lazaro fan club that still exists. He's doing all right. 11 clean sheets. 33 conceded in 33. So make up your minds. Thames still looking for the win. 5 without a win now as we go back into cup competition. I think this is the first cup game of the season. Birmingham City at St Andrews in the 5th round. Birmingham are an average, they're slightly better than average championship side. When I looked at them when I got them in the draw, they were a little bit lower than that. But there we are then. Birmingham, we should be beating Birmingham in theory. That's the championship table for those interested. Villa in 23rd, not ideal. Leicester and Derby, of course. You remember Derby with all the money. They're up there and will probably be back next season. Right, we are going to rest the boys as we go towards the Wednesday, a midweeker, under the lights. Okay then, the game against Birmingham is here, and I'm wondering if you want to play a slightly rotated side for this, or do you want to try and win the game? I think that's the big question, isn't it? Of course, I want to win the game either way, but what I'm kind of saying is, do I play Hutchinson and Rowney potentially? I think we go for a bit of a mix, actually. So here we go. Tom Gray's going to come in. Rowney's going to go on the left-hand side. We're going to give Brito the start in behind Ben-Hur, who's going to stay on the side. Hutchinson will be on the bench, but will probably feature, and Velasco can come in for Haludden. And is that it? Casper maybe comes in. Some of the Romanians, could they feature? Not this time. We'll get Bob on the bench as well. Maybe give him a chance. And maybe KT for Antonio. KT always plays pretty well for me, so I don't think that's much of a risk. Do you know what? I keep calling him KT. Give him the nickname KT. No, actually, I quite like the idea that he's actually just called Katie. There we go. Katie. We could have done it with a Y. I've gone for the IE. Yeah, why not? Okay, FA Cup progression. That's what's on the table today. They're playing a 4-4-2. I said before, quite like that. Played against Spurs and was pretty good. Hopefully Tom Gray doesn't let me down. That's the big thing today. He played at the start of the season and then didn't play great at the start of the season, so he brought Ortiz in, and ever since he's played really well, so we've not needed to change it around all too much. I'm going to get aggressive with Ben-Hur. I expect a performance. Okay, here we go then. Birmingham in the blue, the darker blue. We're in the white with a blue trim today, which is nice. Can I say to everyone that either bought Ben-Hur shirts yesterday or had bought them in the last 2 weeks and felt awful about it, I'm pleased, as well as you are probably quite pleased that he's back, because I felt bad knowing that he'd gone. Luckily, he's got legend status. The same goes for Altidore, right? As the ball goes in. Is it a penalty? It is a penalty. The ball was played in from that left-hand side, and we've got ourselves a penalty kick, and there's only one man who wishes to take it on this occasion. It's Ben-Hur, back for Thames. Back in the goals? Yes, he is. Lovely stuff. Thames take the lead, 10 minutes in, third goal of the season for him, and it's just nice to have him back. It's nice to say his name. You can see here, sends the keeper the correct way, but too far, which I think is a bigger skill than sending him the wrong way. And I would like a little bit of progression in this competition. I think we've had a pretty comfortable, easy run so far. If we can keep getting easier, or quote-unquote games, then who knows how far we could go. Look at the latest scores there. They're the teams left in it. I guess there's other good teams in it as well, but all those teams there are beatable. All right, half-time, pretty quiet first half, it must be said, but we take the lead, and we've kept a hold of it. Jimenez so far has lost possession more than any other player on his team. I don't really mind that. He's a shotler. He's an up-and-downer. All right, you've played well so far. Still room for improvement, though. And without any more said, let's get out there. The question is, are we going to give Obranek a go? Are we going to give Bob a go? Are we going to go for maybe? And there's a temptation to play our Priest as in sort of a diamond, and we take both wingers off, as there's a chance here for Birmingham, actually. Rose has got it, goes for goal, and I think he's hit the bar. Yeah, I think he did. Blimey, Birmingham's showing they've got a little bit of... I don't know what that was. Ball played in. I'm really sorry. If that could have been offensive. Velasco, oomph was the phrase I was looking for. Ben-Hur combines Brito with a chance. Could have been a goal. Goes behind for another corner. Oomph. It was a bit of oomph. I couldn't think of the right noise to make, which I guess is... Oh, that's making it worse. Jimenez on the edge of the box. Katie. This is from a corner viewer, so yes, that all makes sense now. It's another corner. Just prolonging this, are they? Just going, there, loads of highlights in this half. Not if they're corners. They don't count. Free kick, Birmingham, played in. Matthews, front post, headed off the line from Insigne. Goes back in, Gray with a save, but a good bit of defending from us. Right, nearly an hour gone, and a free kick to us actually. Jimenez, ball in, finds someone on the edge. Brito's there, should have scored. Puts it wide though. And they're making a couple of changes, and I think I'm going to react by making a few of my own as well. So far, the midfield are having quite a quiet time, so we are going to go pretty drastic. We did this in a game recently, and it didn't work. But someone's going to come off. A police is going to play there. Rowney's going to play up top, but actually be substituted by Obranek. And I want these two boys here. I want these two to become best of friends. Ben-Hur complete forward, Obranek advance forward. We're confusing things, but it should be okay. Okay, here we go. Thames, 1-0 to the good. Can we get ourselves another one, though? I'm actually going to go to control as well. With the system we're playing, with the diamond, we can keep the ball, play it slightly smarter, and hopefully get another one. But with 10 minutes to go, it's Birmingham again who have had the chances. They've had a few free kicks. Now a chance to open play. Winter Hargreaves, great name. Jimenez did very well. Gray gets it clear, and a great pass to Obranek, and the counter-attack could be on. Ball played forward, and sadly Ben-Hur not getting on the end of that one. As we look to get back into shape, as the ball's played over the top, we should be dealing with this, should we, boys? Gray kicks it forward. Yeah, everything's fine. We get the ball under control at last. Brito now playing with it nicely. And this is what I mean. Like, the midfielders all combining. Every midfielder there had a touch of the ball. Ben-Hur, great control. God, you thought you'd lost it. Played it forward again. Brito's done two now, which have been overhit drastically. Ball played over the top there. Matthews is in, and Birmingham with a chance to strike and do. And back on level terms. This is not what anybody wanted. We're going to go attack him. We're going to try and force the issue a little more. I don't want to have a second leg of this, really. Kinsella there with the biggest... Sorry, we're not skipping over that. Look at this from Kinsella. Watch this throw out. Look at that. Boom. That is outrageous. Ball played over the top. Matthews on it. And, yeah, Tom Gray beaten. It's not good from Thames, really. Away from home, and I've gone attacking. Oh, dear. All right, not long to go. We're going to get Bob on for Ben-Hur. I'm being bold. Come on, Bob. Late stages, Bob. Don't let us forget about you, Bob. Time is going to tick away. It's ticked. Time has ticked. Well, it's 1-1. Birmingham hold us in this, which is not what we wanted at all. And after quite a dominant display, people will be saying, don't change it, Ben. You were playing well. Why did you change it? I need to try and get... This is basically all it is. Obranek and Ben-Hur must become friends. That's it. And they're not going to become friends unless they play together. And while I know that we've got a system that works better and we play well with it, I'm not going to not try it occasionally and try and make them become friends. This is awful. What if they hate each other? They might not want to be friends. Right, denied by late goal. When's the draw for this, interestingly? Not for a little while. Quarter-final draw. Of course, we now have to play a replay against Birmingham, which nobody wanted. But we may do that next episode. If not, we'll do sort of Watford, Southampton, and hopefully... Or maybe if it gets to the 6th round, we'll do that. But I guess we will have to wait and see. Recent form is not being good. Ben Hur's return has not come with wins from Brazil, which is a bit of a shame. But hopefully, next episode we can pick it up, and nice to see you still enjoying it regardless. We love with care then. For me, not to mention, until next time, I'll see you again tomorrow for more. Oh, actually, it's a weekend, which we don't normally upload at. But if we hit 1,500 likes, I'll see you tomorrow. We love with care. For me, not to mention. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.